Hello, I just have a quick concern. People really think that what they've attained in this life is a testament to their maturity or mindset. Like, you can have everything in the world, long money and all, and still be just this whole child internally. And how does one know that? By your fruit. You're obnoxious. You're you hurt people because all that's unhealed in you, because you have a problem with accepting the things that you cannot change. You don't have the wisdom to know the difference and the courage to change what's healable about yourself. I have many people, mainly the perpetrators, who try to belittle me, anything to make it seem like you're not worth a damn. That's my itchy throat, baby. Anything so that you can feel like you are inferior when they themselves feel just that inferior. And baby, you got to know you're something golden and lit if you have people with way more than you attacking you like you're not busy, you're not occupied with your life, with your family, with your many children, with your, so-called businesses and careers and all that. All the accolades that you like to brag about. All that I do not have, as you so try to put it. It's not fulfilling to you. I, possess and or value the things that really matter in this life. And so that alone gives me solace, and it gives me peace, it gives me happiness. Not to mention, I know where I'm headed, I know where I come from, and I know where I'm headed. I come from a 14-year relationship, 10-year marriage, where left and right we were getting evicted. There was domestic abuse. And then towards the end, till now, after the marriage is dissolved, I'm dealing with harassment from this person and threats, throwing their weight around, and the people they know in power to try to sabotage me, to try to, you know, sabotage my relationship with my children, even my bond with my children. Their own father used them and manipulate them, all because he's bitter about me. Like it's like you don't even care about them for real. And one thing I've always told him, you know, is that he was selfish and he put himself before his family. You know, the one thing that I look at now with just dating is I'm definitely looking at your heart. I'm looking at your soul. Or are you selfless? Or are you gracious? How do you treat people? How do you treat your children? You know what I'm saying? By all means, you got to take care of yourself first before you take care of anybody. But if you a grown ass motherfucker, if you know, you know what I mean by being selfless. Me, these kids have always been number one. I will take the back seat to whatever. I need shit now. I got a long list of needs and wants that I put on the back burner because I'm trying to make sure these kids straight first and have. Meanwhile, imparting the things in them that they need to make it in this life where people not getting in their environments, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. At least I'm trying to do so. I'm not perfect by any means. I'm not a know-it-all. I know shit, but I don't know everything. That's for damn sure. That's why I'm steady seeking, knowledge and self-awareness. Just learning me, comfortable with me, like that. Man, that saves my life. Just being so freaking self-aware. I'm talking my physical. I'm talking, my spirit man and my emotions. And I know where to check shit. You know what I'm saying? Just for some examples, just for me personally, I know my body when, girl, you need some water. Because I'm an avid Pepsi drinker, y'all. It's a horrible habit. Do not recommend. Yeah, when I feel like I'm getting too small or too big, or I know how to maintain myself. I know myself so fucking well, like sexually even. I know my body how to use this motherfucker so fucking well. You know what I'm saying? Emotionally, I know when I need to check out, of a situation or a circumstance to regroup. I how to enrich my mind. That's why it's so important to self-educate and to be self-aware. And like I said, I just think it helps me tremendously. Not to mention, I ain't the holiest somebody you want to know. Definitely what the saints will call a backslide, prodigal daughter, so to speak. But I know how to stay grounded at a level where I don't go too much off the deep end because I keep a connection to God. If I don't keep no damn connection to nobody, make sure I keep up with nobody. I'm keeping up with my Father in heaven. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody else, they're too wavering. And I don't have time for that. And my spirit, my body rejects that. I don't care how much I love you. I will disconnect for me, for my well-being and that of my children. I don't give a fuck who it is. It could be their other parents. If it's toxic, we out that piece. And we're dealing with a lot of that, just with my ex-husband and his family. Like he tried some crazy stuff. All the stuff he keep doing is just so crazy, man. And you could tell it's strategic. It's dumb strategy. It's dumb as fuck. It's very, very dumb strategy. And I could tell, especially when he tried to send something in print. I'm going to give y'all an example. Kept my kids for a week on Christmas break, so all fine and well. He made it so I'm not able to reach them, nor did he answer the phone that whole week. As a mother, that drove me. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm their primary caregiver. I have custody of them, primarily. They won't be back. We cannot be civilized. We can't communicate like adults. Then they won't be back. You tried to keep them through the holiday. I cut that short. Nope, I'll bring the new year in with them And we'll be on our face praying, bringing in the new year, because that's what we on all year. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm glad, because it sounded like Call of Duty over there. They called her dad. In St. Louis, man, it sounded like freaking Call of Duty. It was horrible. I'm thinking to myself, baby daddy, go stand by the window, big old. He's such a monster, man. I'm playing, but God, he's a monster, and he's just gone off the deep end. And really, I wish he just go get himself some help. Just, just say, man, I gotta chill. Look at me. Self checks. That's the part of the self aware shit. Checking yourself. Like, man, I'm doing too much. I'm losing myself in this. Baby, I would have saved myself so much heartache, pain, and trauma and drama if I would have been on this many, many years ago. But you live and you learn. And that's one thing I'm great about. After some experiences, yeah, because sometimes it don't take just a one negative experience to deter me. Sometimes it's one, sometimes it's too many, but I get the fucking message. After a while, you know, and I'm out that thing. Because it's not for me. It's not conducive to me, my well-being, progression, my future, elevation, or that of my children. You see, I always add that of my children. Because that's what matters to me. And their well-being, that includes me taking care of my damn self. So I could be solid for them. Can't take care of them if I'm not good. You know, and being what they need. And I just hate all the toxicity that we have to be connected with because it affects them emotionally. And I feel like it may, in their eyes, no matter how I explain right and wrong to them, may show me in the bad light because I have to be the disciplinary, the bad cop. Used to the role, I have to, lay down the law because it's what's best for them. When people just have their own other selfish motives instead of just thinking of the children. And it's sad. It's true what they say. Hurt people. But, man, so many little babies in these grown-ass bodies. I don't look at what people have, not their statuses, titles, their bank accounts, their fucking designer apparel. All that glamorous shit. That don't mean shit to me. If your fucking soul trash, and as a human, and some folks in secret, I got many more people to expose. Just trash. Just into the most heinous, darkest, sickest shit, low key. So I just feel like in that instance, I'm the one rich. I'm rich because of all that I listed above, all that I said. I know what to value in this life. Like, definitely not where I want to be. I've had to start over, And from my ex-husband telling me I wasn't going to make it without him, and I never understood that from jump. I wasn't going to be able to maintain living, a living space for me and my kids, a living space of our own. All that he used to spew at me when nobody gonna want me and all this other stuff. First off, you done tried to get back with me about 100 times. And my nigga want me to. That's never been an issue either. You know, and I don't know if I don't think I really ever took that stuff to heart, but it was scary. I've been with this person since I was 19 years old. So it was definitely scary. Just, you know, facing the world alone. And, I mean, had my first apartment or our first home, you know, as an adult by myself, you know, with my kids, of course, but I always had somebody. Like I said, we started off really early, so my first place was with him. We had a baby, you know, shortly after that. So, it's the same person who said I wasn't even supposed to make it, you know. And he's still allowing, you know, evil entities to rule him. And honestly, I've been thinking about him all night because I'm really concerned for him. Last time I was around him. And he's not the only one I'm worried about. You know, guys I'm actually kind of dealing with. I don't know what to call it. You know, I know when people not, you know, right. And I worry, honey. And I know a lot of people don't deserve that of me. You don't deserve my prayer. You don't deserve for me to be worried the way you did me. The fucking monster to me. You know, but you think about the root of people's issues and where it come from. Like, I wish you'd just go get you some help. And I'm not just talking, that's what I do. When I feel like I'm not dealing well, I'm going to, you know, a spiritual advisor, a pastor, however you put it, you know. And the pastor I normally talk to is a counselor, you know, educated and certified to help heal people, you know. And really I've veered away from that because they could be, you know, biased and just so, you know, their flesh won't get involved. And, you know, I just avoid it. I have my reasons. Everything don't always remain sacred. There's no HIPAA. There's no doggone HIPAA to bind you. And you know, your secrets there. So, yeah, I'm definitely not opposed to therapy. I wish more people was on, especially in our black community, because all I see is a whole bunch of untreated mental illnesses and, you know, emotional deficiency. Like, people don't have any emotional intellect, period. And I'm definitely working on me in that area. Although I think, you know, I have every reason to be in my feelings at times with being under this kind of scrutiny and pressure. When, you know, mostly in your life you've, you know, only tried to do right. Like, majority, 90% of the time, 95% of the time. So, I definitely don't understand why I have to go through something so fucking heavy, and be victim of people who just so fucking fucked up in the head and twisted and dark. It's definitely horrid. But I'm gonna check out of here, honey. I'm sleepy as hell. I just had something to say. I straight up be feeling sorry for these people sometimes. A lot. I used to pray their mercy. I don't too much do that no more. Because it's like acting in the heat of the moment, you make a mistake and, do or say things you don't mean because you feel hurt by someone, but conspiring and carrying out heinous acts over a long period of time, like, that's different. Now you cross the line, you see. Like, you're a twisted individual at this rate. So, yeah. I'm sleeping. I'm ready to go to sleep. I almost just dozed off just there. Whew. Well, smooches, y'all be good. Be well with yourself.